like me. We like to make people laugh. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I am Juliette Boyd, and I am very proud to say that I'm mentoring Marcina. Hi, everybody. I think about in my life, I've had many mentors in my life. One such mentor she passed away, my mother's very good friend, Miss Ruth. I modeled for 20 years internationally, and Miss Ruth, I grew up in Florida. I had an agent in Florida, I had agents in New York, and so on and so forth. And Miss Ruth, when I would come home, of course, I had to go see Miss Ruth. And Miss Ruth would help us out financially. She just helped our family out. She was a very good friend to my mother. But she was a mentor to all of my mother's 7 girls. And so I came and she would always brag, I saw you on television, I saw that show you did, I saw you in that East St. Laurent show, and you know, like this, she said, oh, you were stunning. And I was always so proud to say, thank you, Miss Ruth, I'm happy you're following my career. Well, this particular day I went to see her, she says, we're gonna have breakfast. You just go right on in there, I have some eggs, I have some grits, I have some sausage, just go right on in the kitchen. And she says, while you're in there, make some for me too. You see, Miss Ruth had a way of keeping you grounded. She watching me internationally, well, you can cook, girl, I know you can cook, so you make some for me too. That to me has been a great help in me being a mentor, wanting to be a mentor, giving back. Another such mentor for me has been my very good friend Jerry. She always would say, let's help them. I don't care what the situation was with our friends or our associates or what was going on in our circle. She would always come out with, first thing was, let's help them. So, you know, that was kind of always in my spirit, you have to help. And I feel that I've been richly blessed in my career. I am a mother and I'm a grandmother. And so I feel that this for me is a great thing to do if I can give something, I can plant something in somebody's life to help them to have a better tomorrow. Marcina, one of our goals is she wants to have a full-time job. She's just finished her training this Friday in the STAR program. And she wants to get a full-time job and get an apartment of her choosing. So we're working on that goal right now. Also, I say to myself, like, how do you help her? I help her by being her coach. I believe in sports. I was a cheerleader, I played basketball, I ran track. I believe in sports. Teamwork truly makes the dream work. I believe in that. So I listen very patiently to Marcina. I love that I appreciate phoning her or texting her every morning. That is a pleasure of mine, to be able to text her or we talk every morning or even sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. Marcina, how was your day? What can I do? Just to encourage her, to let her know that it's right here. I love you, I love what I'm doing, Marcina, and you can make it. Marcina has great ambition. Marcina has great faith. Marcina really can do it. Marcina believes in herself more than she realizes. But I believe in Marcina. So we only have 10 minutes. I'm not going to talk anymore because I can talk long. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Wow. My name is Marcina. And I first came to Trusted Mentors through a facility called the Seeds of Hope. Last year in April, I finally surrendered to a substance abuse problem that I had. And I went into this program, and it was a good program, and towards the end, I was hooked up with the Urban League. And what I mean by hooked up, I did a job readiness program for them. But by me relapsing and being into my addiction, I remember losing everything. And I remember going back to this Urban League and asking this lady, you know, can you please help me find a job? And she was like, Marcina, you need to go and get you some help. So once again, to go backwards, I got into the Seeds of Hope and did very well there. I worked in some odds and end jobs, and so finally I get a phone call from Shelley, and she says, we've got a referral saying that you wanted a mentor. And I said, yeah, that's me. And she says, well, we found you somebody. And I'm like, oh boy, okay. Because being in active addiction, and you come in from the streets and you come into this place and you got to learn how to trust and love and let people in, it was real hard for me to do that. But it was the right thing to do because I needed the help. I also have a sponsor from NA, because that's what I am. I'm a recovering addict, and I go to Narcotics Anonymous. So in there, you have to have a mentor there too. So I have a sponsor. So I was like, well, you know what? Every little bit helps. What can it hurt to let somebody else into Marcina's life? And we met, and it was just like, wow. I like this lady. She's really cool. When she came in, she was like model material, and I was like, oh my God. And I was like, okay, I can get with this. She's got these, dress skills. And I'm like, oh, I like them. Because I like something too. You know what I'm saying? So we met, and we started talking and communicating, and it was like, wow, and we just clicked. I don't know. It was just like a match made in heaven. And she, I went over who I was, and she went over who she was, and the different areas in life that she's come from, and different areas of life that I've come from. Because, to believe it or not, my life was not always involved in active addiction. I was a middle class child from a middle class home. My mother gave me the best, but I made some choices in my life, that led me around the wrong people, and incarcerations and all kind of things, and different help facilities. But it wasn't until that I asked God to help me that the help came available to me. So, it was just a real big part of, and I'm not crying because I'm sad, I'm crying because I'm happy. For real, these are happy tears. I just completed a STAR program, another job readiness program, to help me get back into society, to give me the skills that I was lacking. I've always had them survival jobs. I've always had them jobs, at McDonald's and Wendy's and, front desk clerk, but I never worked for something that meant anything. It was just, just making a paycheck. So I went through this program, and I just finished this program, and I would call Juliette every day. I made it another week. And she was like, okay, hey, just keep going. And that's been part of our discussions, a lot of encouragement. It's been a lot of tears, it's been a lot of sweat. It's mainly on my part. She's always calm, cool, collected, It's gonna be okay, Marcina, And I want to say, where do you get this, this calm coolness from? But I know because she loves God just like I do. And I've let him in my life also, and it's been a wonderful change, being a mentee, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. It's really, because you coming in, I'm like, oh my God, and this lady's gonna talk me to death, and she's gonna, pick me apart, and you have all these things going on of, just like you said, the 3-year-old, it was like, I was like that 3-year-old, oh my God, but I don't know, I've grown up in a process, celebrated over a year clean, so it's been a great thing with me. I'm really planning on, I started working at St. Vincent's Monday in the surgical department as a patient care tech. Yeah, you can be an addict like me, oh my goodness, but I still believe that I got something to offer because I got compassion. I got compassion for people that suffer, or that's been through some things, so I can relate to that recovery process. You lost your legs, but I lost a great big gap in my life, and I'm still on that recovering process. Sometimes I wish it was just something that was, cut off. At least I can know it was there, and I can work with it. With the things that I struggle with, it's all blocked up here, and that's a real big struggle to be locked into your own mind, having the key to unlock it, So it's been a struggle, but it's been an awesome journey, I would have came better dressed, you guys, but I just got out of a suit, being there in 6 weeks wearing a suit, and I was just like, we're gonna just, God, take it as you take it, so I just thank everyone, and please, please support this, because we need you. That's all I got.